buds! Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Cannabis. Today we'll be creating a water-soluble cannabis powder brought to you by the Cannabinista. This recipe is perfect for mixing into pretty much anything. Today we'll be creating a tea, a honey lemon chai, green chai, and that's what we'll be using our powder to dissolve into. So the ingredients as follows: about 2 cups of tapioca starch. We have about a teaspoon of sunflower lectin. This will act as the emulsifier for our powder. And we also pre-made our cannabis oil. Unfortunately, our levo did break. So we had to do it the old-fashioned way by decarbing in the oven, you know, on the stove top, et cetera, et cetera. But levo, if you're watching, we really like this product here. But, you know, just so you know. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started in making the water-soluble cannabis powder. So I'm gonna take the tapioca starch and I'm just gonna pour that into my bowl here. Just gonna try to be careful here because I don't want any flour to jump back at me. All right, perfect. Got a little powder jumping back, that's okay. Okay, so now that we've got all of that in the bowl here, I'm gonna take my teaspoon of sunflower lectin and I'm gonna add that in to the bowl. Make sure I get every last bit too. That's why you have a handy dandy spatula. Okay. I'm gonna sort of start pre-mixing this too, because once I add the oil, it's going to start clumping up here. So that's normal though. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of the cannabis oil. So we've got 1 and then 2. Beautiful. I'm gonna set this down here and I'm gonna make sure I get every last bit of oil from the spoon here. Great. Okay, set that aside. Let's cover our oil. All right, now let's just get started mixing. So we're gonna mix, and like I said, it is gonna start to clump up, but that's completely normal. Once it's fully mixed here, you can definitely take a strainer or a fine mesh sieve, something like this, to actually go through the mixture and sieve through it. So it's a bit finer texture. That is gonna take some time though. So I have already done that ahead of time because we think ahead here at Cooking with Cannabis. All right, so I'm just gonna set this aside since I already have sifted through my mixture. So this is what it should look like once it's fully mixed in and sifted through. Now let's go ahead and create our honey lemon green chai. So I'm gonna take about a cup of hot water here. Just gonna pour that in. I love the sound of pouring water. ASMR, anybody? Okay. Then we're gonna take 2 chai green tea bags. And we're gonna open that up. I'm gonna add 1. And you just wanna let it steep for maybe about a minute or 2, depending on how strong you want your tea. You can also adjust the amount of tea bags that you use. So you're just gonna add that in, let it steep there. It smells really nice already. Okay, so we did say this was honey lemon, so go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Obviously you can adjust this to your preference. It's all to your preference. Let's add that there. And then I'm gonna take, again, 2 tablespoons of this really nice organic honey. Kind of just let that drop in there. And the honey's gonna add the sweetness, you know, to kind of balance out the acidity from the lemon juice. So now that that's done, we can add our water-soluble cannabis powder. So just to show you how the water-soluble powder works, I'm gonna add a little bit of water here. Let's do a little more. Then I'm gonna add our water-soluble cannabis powder. voila. As you can see, it completely dissolves and emulsifies due to that lectin, that sunflower lectin. So this is really perfect for pretty much any drink that you'd like to add this to. Let's go ahead and add this in here. And then once we add it in, we're gonna just mix it all together. This smells really, really nice. I usually like to leave my tea bags in there just for a bit of a stronger flavor as well, but obviously, however you make tea, I'm no one to judge. Okay. Mix it really nice and well there. Okay, I think that's pretty well mixed in, so why don't we go ahead and give this a try, shall we? Oh, that tastes so, so cozy. I love it. Try this recipe. Let me know what you think. I'm already feeling a little bit sleepy, so thank you so much for joining me today, buds, but until next time.